So there are various suits that the church is now involved in, although I think there's some mixed news with both, but some positive developments. But I will caution people, I don't want to just do cheerleading for no reason, and not too bad, but let me just set up the framework. Essentially, there's this background with SLAPP, which had been used to stop a lot of protests, but now courts are more open to the anti-SLAPP, which will give, quote, smaller protest groups and other groups a way to answer back these bigger groups. But now Scientology is claiming anti-SLAPP against these suits. And it is a little laughable. Like, we know it is this massive, massive church. However, they are trying to frame themselves as being the victims. And again, I think with the Aftermath show and their lawsuit, that's going to be very, very strong. However, with Bixler, there may be a problem. And people may not like it and give me some dislikes. But I think it's better to be brutally honest about where the suit is going good and where it's going bad.
Masterson's publicist, who is being identified as an agent of the defendants, is trying to suppress speech. So we'll have that to look forward to, a ruling hopefully coming from the judge soon, where my hope is that as much of this lawsuit, as much of the content that has been brought forward in the complaints can...
So the essence of the problem is, can Bixler and the others show concretely that this or that person is an agent of the church, or are they just vaguely saying, well, there's kind of a conspiracy, but there's kind of not a conspiracy? And the judge just wants more information, saying, well, which is it? Are they an agent or not? Like, I would say it's likely that Masterson's publicist is working with the church, but again, that's my opinion. Can we legally show that she is working with the church? That, I agree, is like, that seems a little bit more iffy. And that's important because with the Aftermath program, it is the opposite, that the church in official documents, they're tweeting, sending letters, they're making clear they really hit the show, they're very hostile. So there, if you can show that they have these sock puppet accounts, they have these like basically kind of fake protests, and they are working with the church. Well, now it's different because the church officially, its hired employees, is saying, we don't like this show, we hate this show, we want to destroy this show. I think Bixler will win at the end, but if the judge seems open saying, well, yeah, the anti-SLAPP stuff seems silly, but it may hold some weight. And then we move into DOA having some issues with La Policía.
Detained for playing YMCA. Oh my God. All right. It's just, man, everything, you know.
Oh, you detained me. All right.
Detained and arrest to me are the same thing. It's like it's another word. Legal word for it, but
So yeah, essentially he was just having fun, fooling around, but the cops were called, and I agree that this is all silly nonsense. Now, DOA is a bit of a personality, so he puts himself out there. I am supporting him, but I would take report to task on one thing. Like, he said DOA was arrested. DOA was not arrested. DOA was detained, but not arrested. And he's like, whoa, to me. Well, again, that's nice. And I do consider myself a legal expert, but I'm not a practicing lawyer. I want to be careful there. Again, whether we agree on this or that term legally, it's what the law establishes, what the courts establish. Well, that's messed up. They have the First Amendment right. That's true, but people don't realize it's the application of the right that matters. The best route from what I'm seeing is don't talk to the police. Don't care what they say. Don't believe what they're saying because, again, within a limit, they are able to deceive you. They don't have to tell you the truth, so they can trick you into breaking the law. May not like that, but they do have some leeway, and the courts are a little sympathetic to them. You have to be aware of that. I also kind of disliked where basically the way Report was ranking people. I thought that was not useful.
Big DOA, man, he's on fire. Which one's your favorite protester, man? I don't have a favorite one. I don't have a favorite one because they're all like pretty dope, but at least the ones I've seen. But oh my God, DOA, what a
Like, again, I do support the protests, but I want to be careful we don't turn it too much into a circus sideshow. Now, it's great that people are getting excited, want to join, but I want to be a little careful of turning everyone to a circus animal. Like, oh, yeah, hey, show up, yay, yay. Again, this is a serious subject, so that's me. But I do like Report. I think it's great that he's helping out, amplifying voices. I featured a thing he did with Mindy. That interview was very, very interesting, productive, but this one was a little kind of weak, but it's good that's being covered. So nothing happened with DOA. I think we missed something really important here, the way he was framing it, but I will do that in another video. Thank goodness that DOA is safe, but just be careful when you get out there because, again, you do have these rights in principle, but believe me, very, very tricky out there.